You could be making way more money from your short films by changing one thing. I'm Hutch, I'm a producer, an executive producer, and now I run a community full of independent film creators who are networking, collaborating, and bringing amazing projects to market. And we often have this discussion about whether you're monetizing in the right way. And essentially, there are three ways to monetize. There is advertising revenue, there is transaction revenue, and there is subscription revenue. Now, most people are looking at advertising revenue, right? They're putting their stuff up on YouTube or they're looking for similar places to get people to watch. And that's great, but advertising is a volume business. Until you are getting regularly 100,000 or 1 million views on videos, that isn't a very lucrative way to distribute your work. And if you're spending £1,000 or more on your short films, then it's not very good at all. But most people think that they need to be there in order to capture an audience. And what they're actually hoping for is an algorithmic push from YouTube, which is very unlikely to happen. Subscriptions, you have to join somebody else's subscription service. You often need to pitch. There's not a lot of these for short films, and the ones that are around are not really bringing enough of an audience in to make them worth talking about. So I'm going to push that to the side. So the other one is transaction revenue. Now, there are a ton of really interesting platforms that will allow you to put your short film up and charge a fee to watch it. Stan Store is one. That's not an obvious one. That's made for digital creators, but that's very useful because you can have other products in your list at the same time as a short film. WAP is also a really interesting place that does this too. And if you're looking for something more professional and more high-end, there is a new platform called Olyn, O-L-Y-N, and they're still in beta, so I'm not sure if they've opened from their whitelisting or their guest listing approval system, but they're a really interesting one to keep an eye on. And to put this into perspective, right, if you're making content and you're trying to push people to your YouTube page, even if it is monetized, right, which takes 4,000 watch hours and a load of other stuff, then every 1,000 people that you get to watch your video on average is earning you about £5. Meaning if you were charging £1 to watch your short film, you only need to get 5 people to make the same amount of revenue. But what you get with a platform like Stan Store or WAP is you get an email address, which if you've not worked in digital marketing is a really, really important bit of data. Because one, it means that every time you put out a new film, you can email that person, assuming that you're GDPR compliant, so check that. But you can also feed that data into Meta and create a custom audience based on the people who have converted and watched your film. And these bits of data are the beginning of a long and profitable career in the film industry.